Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and in this video, we're going to talk about the government and the powers that are right now are constantly telling us, that we have to cut our energy use, close down energy plants because bad, 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 okay? But now, that's very interesting coming from a government whose data centers, they now need a reactor's worth of power. Okay, and this right here is a May 2nd, 2024 article, BNN Bloomberg. I don't know what the BNN is, but it was on Zero Hedge 2. Data centers hiding in spy country. Northern Virginia will need reactors worth of power. This was May 4th, 2024, and this was also covered by Band News Network. Well, not really covered, the Band News Network. There'll be other people's echo chambers now that they will not give you any good environmental news or expose all of our fraudulent environmental voices. But, they give this guy some press every so often, run his stories. And it says here that since the beginning of the digital age, most of the world's internet data has flowed through massive data centers in Northern Virginia. The area is known as Data Center Alley because it is home to the world's largest concentration of data centers. Some call the area spy country because of the number of data centers used by the Central Intelligence Agency and other intelligence agencies. How many are there, okay? They say given the exponential proliferation of smartphones, streaming services, smart devices, and now generative artificial intelligence, the power demanded by data centers in Northern Virginia will need nuclear reactors worth of power, if not much more, according to Dominion Energy. So, their chief executive officer, Bob Blue, told investors on a company earnings call that economic growth, electrification, and accelerating data center expansion is boosting power demand across the area. This is crazy. Aren't we supposed to be reducing power? So they're warrantlessly spying on us, saving all of the data so that they can hang any one of us at any point in time. Show me a man, I'll find you the crime. All they have to do is go pull you up in these data centers that take an enormous amount of energy. In a time when our grid is lacking, it's falling apart, and they're adding to it, trying to demand, you drive ridiculous e-cars. So that guy Blue said that the data center industry has grown substantially in Northern Virginia in recent years. We've connected 94 data centers with over 4 gigawatts of capacity over the last approximately 5 years, and he expects his utility company to connect another 15 data centers to the local power grid this year. And I thought the biggest one was like out in Utah, that one that they built out in Utah a little bit ago. I guess I don't know everything about where they store all this data, but they have so much of it on all of us, and yeah, we can't get any information about what they're doing, okay? So it says this growth has accelerated in orders of magnitude, driven by 1, the number of data centers requesting to be connected to our system, 2, the size of each facility, and 3, the acceleration of each facility's ramp schedule to reach full capacity. He said a single data center typically had demanded 30 megawatts or greater. However, we're now receiving individual requests for demands of 60 to 90 megawatts or greater, and it hasn't stopped there. We get regular requests to support larger data center campuses that include multiple buildings and require total capacity ranging from 300 megawatts to as many as several gigawatts. And this Bloomberg article says that a gigawatt is roughly the output of a nuclear reactor and can power 750,000 homes. Okay, that is how much energy one data center is requesting. And in this article, there's an alert here. This is from another article from the Frederick News Post, February 15th, 2024. It says proposed power grid updates driven by Virginia data centers could cost Marylanders $500 million. That's half $1 billion. It could cost the taxpayers for the government to store data that they have illegally gathered on all of the citizens. Okay, if America had Americans in it, they would have shut down these data centers long ago. Okay, there's how many, and they're adding more and more and more and more and more of them. This is an electronic prison right here. And it's happening because Americans allow it. And that goes along with in this Band News Network article where it says with substantial load growth coming down the pipe, the local media, the Frederick News Post, reported earlier this year that billions of dollars in regional power grid upgrades are being proposed to increase data center power demands. How about our whole power grid just needs billions of dollars in upgrades just to keep the power that we have for homes and individuals and the American lifestyle going? Oh, we're not doing it for that, but we're doing it for the data centers. And that in this here where it says 500 million, I mean that's $500 million, and here it says billions of dollars. So this is costing taxpayers massive sums of money for the government to illegally spy on them, and a government that is always talking about closing down power plants because for us to have electricity and live, an industrial life, that is that's out of the question because we can't collapse the third world with that. But they can spy on us to the point where we have to increase our electrical grid just to store all of the data that they have on us. So if you ever want to know how out of control things have gotten in this country, I think these headlines, along with a bunch of other headlines and other topics, but this headline is one really good indication of that. So stay tuned, people.